So, are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Today's session is going to be about web scraping using Python. So, welcome to the information age. So, we have data everywhere, and we don't know how to analyze the data. So, it is everywhere. So, let's see how to extract data using web scraping. So this training, for whom this training is targeted. So this training is for anyone who depends on data for analysis and work. You may be a technical or a non-technical user. So even if you are not a non-technical user, you will be working on some data. Okay. So this training is for you. So this is my agenda for this training. So I will be talking about what is web scraping, and then why we need web scraping, why Python for web scraping, and then how to do web scraping. This is a practically I will show how we can do the web scraping using a program, and then I will talk about is web scraping legal or not. So this is my agenda. So let's move on to what is web scraping. So web scraping is an automated method used to extract large amount of data from website. Okay. So from the diagram itself, you can see we have a website. So we have a lot of web pages, and we want to extract data from these web pages into a structured data. In web page, we have data unstructured manner. So when we collect the data, we can uh, migrate it into a CSV file or Excel file or a database. So this becomes a structured data. So for that, we use a web scraping program. So why web scraping is used? So the data can be collected manually from website. You can see we can copy paste the data from any website. But what happens if there are hundreds of pages and each page is having huge amount of data? It will not be possible to collect the data by copy pasting the thing. So it will be a costly thing, and it will be time consuming. So we need to do some automation so that we can extract data quickly and effectively. So why web scraping is used? There are some endless usage of web scraping. So I'm just giving you some few points only. This is not limited to only this. First point is lead generation. Lead generation in the sense for marketing and sales people, they will be collecting emails, contact details of businesses, and they will do a campaign or email campaign to send some campaign to those companies or individuals to get the business. So for that, web scraping is important. And social media scraping. So we can extract data from Twitter or Facebook, collect data from those social media web pages, and we can know what is the trend going on, or what are the things that people are talking about. So this is also called as a sentiment analysis, and it is applicable. It is useful on e-commerce marketing analysis and price comparison. Like you have some e-commerce site, like for example Flipkart, Amazon, and some Snapdeal. Those are the online shopping websites, and you want to know what are the price that these website is having, and it is very difficult to compare the price by visiting all the website and doing it. But if you collect the data, price information or product information, and what are the offer that other company is providing, then it will be easy for you to do some analysis, marketing analysis. So for that purpose, we can use web scraping. We can also use web scraping for research and development. Like we can say we can extract data for regarding the patient information. For example, you can take COVID information also. You can extract data from the website, and you can do some analysis. You can create some statistics on over that. So that is also used for research and development. And we can also use web scraping for job posting and searching, like HR. This will be useful for HR. Those people who are collecting the candidate information, and they want to map the uh, job with the right candidate. And also for the candidates who are looking for a right job, they can also do some web scraping. And the next point is data science and machine learning. Nowadays, in recent times, machine learning, data science is now become popular, and because of that, Python is more effective on this area, collecting the information, collecting the data from various sources. Web data is one of the essential source. We get data from different sources, like from database, from Excel, from web page. Those are the sources, and web data is one of the important sources through which we can do some data science project also. So this is about why web scraping. Now we will talk about why Python for web scraping. Because Python is simple to code and have large collection of libraries for various types of applications. Like here for web scraping also, Python can be used. It uses lots of libraries. Like we have Selenium. Scrapy is one of the framework through which we can work on web scrape project. And Beautiful Soup is one of the library. Okay, and you can easily download and install Python because it's open source. You can visit www.python.org, and there you can download the Python executables and install in your system, and you can directly start working on it. So it's very easy. And I'm going to explain about Beautiful Soup. This is a library, one of the library to do web scraping. So I'll be talking about Beautiful Soup. Okay. So before going into how to do web scraping, I will. You must know some of the HTML tags we will be using regularly. If you are a web developer or a web designer, you might be you familiar with these tags like HTML, body, div, h1, anchor tag, paragraph, span. These tags have some data inside that. Okay, so we are going to extract those data. So here for each tag, these are the HTML tag. It is identified by either by their ID or by the class. They will have either ID or class. Even if these two attributes are not there, we can even get the data by the tag name itself. So we'll see how to do that. Now we will come. We are in the practical part of how to do the web scraping. So these are the steps that we are going to. These are the steps that we are going to see. First, we will be finding the URL you want to scrap. Okay, so I have a website. This is a dummy website where I will not be able to scrap data like Amazon or Flipkart because it's restricted here in EC Group. So I am taking one dummy site where we have some data, and let's assume that this is some data which is important for you. we want to extract this data. So this is having some quotes here, and it is having the author name here, and this particular page is having some set of codes. All the codes are in boxes, and we can also navigate to the next. When you navigate to the next page, you can see the URL is changing here. Okay, so you have to note this. So this is how we are going to we have to note the URL, because for any web getting data, we are getting data from using the HTTP protocol nowadays, because we are getting data as a JSON data, or we can get the data as a HTML file. Okay, so how it works? It works when there is a client and there is a server, and we send a request to the server through the browser, like HTTP www dot some URL. Then the server is responding. It will respond with some data. Okay, either it can be a page, or it can be some JSON data. Okay, so these are the data. Uh, Now we will go to how we are seeing this from the front end, and it is looking very beautiful here. But if you want to see what is there in the code, we can go to the right click and view source, page view source. So this is the code present behind this page. Okay, so this is a code. Okay, and I will show one more thing here, how to navigate this. So here you can see three dots. Click on this and go to the more tools, and go to developer tools. Here you will find the inspect tool. Click on this, and you can select it, and if you select and click over it, you will find below here the particular HTML is also selected here. Suppose if I want to select the codes, select this and click on this, you'll find that particular tag is selected here. Okay, so this particular text is identified by the tag name span, and class is text. Okay, and this particular tag is identified by the tag as div, and class is equal to quote. Okay, and you can also see the author name is the tag is small, and the class is author. So these are the some data that we are going to extract. Okay, so now I have shown you how to inspect the page and how to find the data, and now we will go to the code part. So we can write a code in simply in a notepad. We can write, or I have downloaded the Anaconda Jupyter notebook. Here I can write some code, and this is an interactive editor where you can just write the code, and you can run immediately. So I am going to write a Python program. It's a very small program, and it will be very interesting one. So I have created a Python file here. Now, first what we are going to do is, so we have to import this is just like how you use in C#. We will be using keyword, right, to get the uh, program from other files, or other namespace. Just like that, we can use imports in Python. Can use. So first I am importing the request, and second I am importing the beautiful soup. This is a library that we are going to use to do to extract the data. Now, let me So I'm giving a response. I want to get the response from this particular URL. So URL is there here. I'll copy this. Okay. Let's see what is there in the response. You can see the response is 200. That means the request is the response is right. If you are getting 400 or 404, that means there is some issue or error. You can also see what is the content. Now you can see the page content. So this is a HTML thing which you saw just now. It's look crappy. So what we can do is we can just get this content and we can use the Beautiful Soup to format this text. Okay, let me do this. Okay, so we can use some alias name here. Instead of using the full name, we can use alias name here. It's up to you. So what I'm doing here is I'm formatting this content and saving it in page content. So let me just remove this. Now you can see the HTML content is now here in the display, in the output. Now I want to only extract these particular codes. This is identified by, if you just select the uh, tag here it is identified as div class is equal to code. So let me write a program here. All codes is equal to page content dot find all. You can use single quotes or double quotes. Anything is okay in Python. You have to give class like this, and the class name is here. The class name is code. So why we are giving the find all? Because we have a collection of div here. So we are using this find all. I'm just checking what is the length of this. So this is 10. So there are 10 codes. Now I am going to use a for loop to uh, pass through this div. So I'm using a function called range function. So this range function is actually it's used for iteration. Like suppose you have this range. If I say range of 10, that means it ranges from the 0 to 9. So I'm using this range of length of this code. I'm going to print only the particular codes. Okay. So now you can see I'm getting only that particular box. You can see this box. I have extracted only this particular box. So let me write one more line. so that I can easily separate this. Okay, so this is a div, this is a box which we are extracting, and I want to extract this only this one span class. So what I will do is here, first I will take the author. This one is the author, so author is equal to all quotes n dot find. I am using the function find, and I am going to use the tag name as small and the class as author. Same way I will be getting the code text. Fine. The code text is actually it is here. The tag name is span and class name is text. So span class text. Okay, now I'm going to print code author. Print text. Okay. Now you can see I have extracted the author and the code text, but this is having some HTML tags. I don't want to use the HTML tag. I can just press text here so that I will get only the text part. Now you can see I have extracted the author and the quotes from the site. So this particular page is having 10 quotes. So I have extracted the 10 quotes. Suppose that I want to extract, there are more pages are there here in this. You can see next page is there. So this is having the page number, and if you click on next, it is having the page number. So I will take this one. I will do one more looping here. Page number is equal to 1, and I will write this URL here. So instead of this page number, I am going to write page number. So first I need to typecast this to str. So I'm typecasting this to str. Here I'm going to use a while loop. So this is an infinite while loop where this will not come out of the loop. So I have to do some trick here. So everything is inside this while loop, and here I'm going to write an if condition. Length of all quotes is equal to 0, then break. So I'm using a break because if we have some data, then the length of all quotes will not be 0. If it is 0, then there is no data. So it will come out automatically, it will come out of the loop. So that is why I'm using the infinite loop here. So at last I have to increment the page number. Okay. So now everything is done. Let's run the code. Now you can see I'm getting more data. Not only from one page, I'm getting data from all the pages. There are nearly 10 pages are there. So from all the pages, I'm getting all the data here. This is how, so each site will have, we have to first analyze what is the tag that, in which tag the data is, and we have to write code accordingly, because each website will be different and each their design will be different. So Based on that, first we have to go to the website and we have to analyze the all the tags and what is the class name ID, all those things. Then we can do this web scraping. Now, once we have extracted everything from this site, you can also write this into CSV file. For that, I'm going to write one code. Open. Sorry. So here I'm going to write something like codes data dot CSV. So I have to write W means write mode. I am opening the file in the write mode. This file is not present, not existing. But when we say W, that means it will be open. It will be created and added the text there. I have to give encoding UTF-8. So this is I have opened the file and I have to close the file here. So this is the 2 line of code. Here I'm going to append some text here. F.write quote or author name comma quotes. Then I will give a new line here. So \n means a new line. Same thing here. I'm going to, instead of printing, I'm going to write it in a file. Author comma not comma quote text. I will give a comma here. So I'm just concatenating the author name and take the quotes, and then I'm going to give a new line text here. So that's all. So this is going to write this text into this file, and let me just remove this. Now it is, when you see here a star, that means the program is running here. So let's now you can see a file is created here in this location. Because we created the file, we opened the file in the write mode, and we are writing it into this file. Let's open this file. Now you can see the author name and code. So this is how you can do web scraping. Okay, this is just a small demo. So that's about how to do a web scraping, and this is sample code. And is web scraping legal? So this is a very important question. So we should be very cautious when you are extracting data from some site. Some website owner will not allow you to extract data, and you have to be very cautious. You should not create any sudden traffic to the site by writing some program which is no taking lot of resource from the site, so that no the site owner will get suspicious and he may block you uh, to access the site. So we have to be very cautious, and those things which you are seeing in the site, those pages which you are seeing in the site, you can extract those things. But if the data is sensitive, then you have to be very cautious. And here some of the site, they in the site owner, they will provide the some text file here. This text file name is robots.txt. This text file will give information about which are the pages that you should not visit, or you should not browse those pages. So I have the one let me I don't know, but if you visit this site, let me copy this. Visit. Okay. So you have to see these pages when you are doing some web scraping. You have to see these pages, and you should not browse these links. Okay. So that's about my session. Any questions?